Good morning and Boker Tov. A little growly this morning. I hope you're not too growly. Please do go ahead and share some words of hello to everyone. As we gather together this morning on this first day of the new week to strengthen one another, to share with one another, to be grateful together. And good morning. It's good to see you, Lauren and Marion and Stephen and Sulang and Seymour, Anita, each of you, all of you. It is wonderful to be here together and to say Boker Tov, welcome to Boker Tov from Temple Sinai congregation of Toronto's daily opportunity to connect, to reflect, and to remember. And good morning, Joni and Sandra and Deborah and Shavua Tov, and wishing you a good week as we enter into this new week. Good morning, Sam. Good morning to all of us. Eleanor, it's wonderful to be here together. And so let us start our week from a place of simple gratitude. We'll work forward to more complex gratitude. But in the meantime, let us be grateful for opening our eyes today, for awakening, for whatever sleep we got last night, and for the ability to stand and be in the divine presence. Please join me in the Hebrew and English. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher yatzar et ha'adam bechokma, uvaravo nekavim nekavim, chalulim chalulim, galui v'yadua lifnei chisei chvodecha, שאם ייפתח אחד מהם, או ייסתם אחד מהם, אי אפשר להתקיים ולעמוד לפניך. ברוך אתה, אדוני, רופא כל בשר, ומפליא לעשות. Blessed eternal God, creator of the universe, you have fashioned our bodies with wisdom, creating within us a finely balanced network. To stand before you in prayer is itself a fragile miracle. Eternal God, we praise you as the healer of body and spirit. The soul that you have given me, O God, is a pure one. You have created and formed it, breathed it into me, and within me you sustain it. So long as my soul is within me, I will give thanks to you, eternal my God and God of my ancestors, source of all creation, sovereign of all souls. We praise you, eternal God, in whose hand is the power of all life and the spirit of all flesh. And let's make this week a learning week. Not merely learning Torah, which itself is an incredible and powerful mitzvah and a gift, but also just learning from the teaching of others, opening our eyes and our ears and our hearts and our souls to new perspectives. Please join me. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah. וערב נא אדוני אלוהינו את דברי תורתך בפינו ובפי עמך בית ישראל, ונהיה אנחנו וצאצאינו וצאצאי עמך בית ישראל, כולנו יודעי שמך ולומדי תורתך לשמה. ברוך אתה אדוני המלמד תורה לעמו ישראל. אלו דברים שאין להם שיעור. These are the obligations whose value cannot be measured. They nourish us in this world and help us to create the world to come. Kibud av va'em, to honor fathers and mothers. Ugmilut chasadim, to perform acts of love and kindness. Vashkamat bet midrash shacharit v'yaorit, to attend the house of study morning and evening. Vachnasat ochim, to welcome the stranger. Uvikul cholim, to visit the sick. Vahachnasat kala, to provide for brides and grooms. Ulvayat hamed, to keep faith with the dead. V'yun tfilah, to pray with sincerity. V'hava'at shalom ben adam l'chavero, to make peace when there is strife. V'talmud Torah keneged kulam, and the study of Torah is equal to them all. I was reminded as I look at this about the way in which we understand the word, the way in which we literally understand things. Because the beginning of this famous passage, Elu dvarim she'en lahem shi'ur, which we've translated it. These are the obligations whose value cannot be measured because you look at them, honoring your father and your mother, or your fathers or your mothers, doing significant acts of kindness and love, learning, taking care of the stranger and the ill. These are, in our tradition, without question, obligation. And yet the text didn't say these are the mitzvot, these are the devarim. Devarim means either things or words. And I think there's an implication here of Aseret Hadibrot, which is a different plural of the same noun, the 10 utterances, the 10 commandments are named with this root, if not this word. So it is a reminder. I want us to look at them again and say today, on this beautiful new week, as we go through the month of Elul and make our way closer to the new year, a time of self-judgment, a time of introspection. How are we doing at these essential matters, at these essential activities? I hope we can not only challenge ourselves to do more, but we can also recognize where we are doing those things. And so I want to make sure, this being the beginning of the week, let's really emphasize that sense of gratitude of where we are, of the opportunities we have, of how far we've come, of our physical abilities, whatever they may be. Let's join together in Boker Shemo in Hebrew and English, and then our Psalm of Gratitude, Psalm 100. Boker Shemo v'haya ha'olam. Blessed is the one who speaks, that we might listen. Blessed is the one who acts, that we might be witnesses. Bohu u'boker Shemo. Blessed is the one who decides, that we might accept. Blessed is the one who has mercy, that we might live. Boker Shemo v'haya ha'olam. Blessed is the one who removes the darkness, that we might see. Blessed is the one who lives forever, that we might believe. Blessed is the one who saves and delivers, that we might be redeemed. And with that hopeful and grateful sense, we turn to words of unity, words of Shema, words where we not only affirm the divine unity and presence. That's what Shema Yisrael is about. Not only being aware as a member of those who call themselves Yisrael, of the Jewish people, that Adonai Eloheinu, that the eternal God is also ours, also has a relationship with us. And that relationship centers on God's unity in the universe, not just somehow with us. But this second line, Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed, talks about how blessed and eternal God is in a way that's very present. God has a Shem, God has a name, God has a Kavod, God has a presence, God has Malchut. God has a structure in which we can act to carry out divine values and sacred obligations. And so we are blessed in an ongoing way with all of those in the name of the eternal God. Please join me in Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha ubechol nafshecha ubechol meodecha. Ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavcha hayom al levavecha. Ve'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam. V'shivtecha b'vetecha uv'lechtecha v'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha. Ukshaltam leot al yadecha Vayule totafot ben enecha, uchtabtam al mezuzot betecha, uvish arecha. Vayomer Adonai el Moshe lemor, daber el bnei Yisrael ve'amarta alehem, ויעשו להם ציצית על כנפי בגדיהם לדורותם. ונתנו על ציצית בכנף פתיל תכלת, והיה לכם לציצית, וראיתם אותו, וזכרתם את כל מצוות אדוני, ועשיתם אותם, ולא תטעו אחרי לבבכם, ואחרי עיניכם, אשר אתם זונים אחריהם, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם. אדוני אלוהיכם, emet. Well, I hope as we have the privilege of being here together, we can also appreciate the truth in our lives, those things we're able to identify and rely on that are themselves true, that are those matters that help us really see the world in a clear way. And as we start this first day of the week, we do so with that sense of clarity that comes from the ability to make distinctions. And Havdalah is a prayer just of that, of separation and distinction, acknowledging that in our unity created by the one and eternal God, nevertheless, there are many real differences and distinctions that can be honored even as we connect beyond them. And so let us say this prayer in Hebrew and in English, acknowledging the beginning of the new week and challenging us to make those distinctions. Ata chonantanu lamadat toratecha, bat lamdenu lasod chukei retzonecha, v'tabdel Adonai Eloheinu ben kodesh lechol, ben or lechoshech, ben Yisrael le'amim, ben yom hashvi'i l'sheshet yemei ha'ma'aseh. Adonai Eloi v'Eloi avotai v'imotai, achel aleinu hayamim haba'im likratenu l'shalom, menukim mikol avon, u'medubakim b'yiratecha, baruch chonen hadad. You have graciously given us the chance to know your Torah and taught us to observe your laws. Eternal our God, you have allowed us to see the distinctions between holy and ordinary, between light and dark, between Israel and other nations, and between the seventh day and the 6 days of work. Eternal my God, God of my fathers and mothers, may the days to come bring peace, free of wrongdoing and filled with reverence. Blessed is the generous source of intelligence. I hope that you had a beautiful and meaningful Shabbat. It is a wondrous gift, Shabbat is, and at the same time, Shabbat is also a time in our lives when we can appreciate what is and what's coming. And the days that are coming are the days of Yamim Noaim, of the high and holy days, the days of awe. And there are prayers in our daily Siddur that in our services in person at Shul that we say before we sound the shofar. And we haven't been saying them here on Boker Tov. But let's join in this page of prayers in preparation for that, that again help us get into the linguistic space so that the words of the machzor of the holiday prayer book might help focus us when we encounter them in only 10 days. Gentle and merciful ruler, source of goodness and guidance, be kind to us and answer us, for we are called by your name. As you do wonders each day, create us again as a sign of your loving loyalty. Gentle and merciful one, look upon us in our time of trouble and answer us, for true strength is yours. Help us to sense your mercy and kindness. Strengthen us with your goodness. Source of stability, have compassion upon us, for there is no other God. Eternal One, do not abandon us or be far away, for our life is too short. Save us from trouble and sorrow. You are our source of help, of hope. Do not leave us exposed to shame, eternal our God. Let your face shine upon us. Remember the covenant with our ancestors. Strengthen us for your divine purpose. See our difficulties and hear our prayer, for you hear the prayers of all. Gentle and merciful God, have mercy upon your creation, for none is like you. You are both loving and just. Patient and merciful God, help us to recreate ourselves. Source of life, do not abandon us. Fashioner of all, do not forget us. For you, O God, are the source of kindness and mercy. Avinu malkeinu chonenu va'anenu, ki shimcha hagadol nikra aleinu. And now, as we put ourselves in the time of this cycle, we likewise, we see ourselves in this historical time, in a horrific time of ongoing war forced upon Israel by the criminals of this axis of death and hate that is supported by the government, if you call it that, of Iran, and their minions in Hamas and Hezbollah. And sadly, our people and the IDF must fight in order to provide any sense of security to our people. And so in that spirit, please join me in this prayer for the soldiers of the IDF, for all who stand on guard for us, and for peace. מי שברך אבותינו אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, ואמותינו שרה, רבקה, לאה ורחל, הוא יברך את חיילי צבא ההגנה לישראל ושאר מגיני עמנו, העומדים על משמרתם. ישמרם הקדוש ברוך הוא, ויצילם מכל צרה וצוקה, מכל נגע ומחלה, וישלח ברכה בכל מעשה ידיהם, ויקוים בהם הכתוב, וכיתתו חרבותיהם לעתים, וחניתותיהם למזמרות, לא יישאו גוי אל גוי חרב, ולא ימדון עוד מלחמה, וישבו איש תחת גפנו, ותחת תאנתו, ואין מחריד, ונאמר אמן. May the one who blessed our ancestors bless the soldiers of the IDF and all who defend our people. May the Holy One guard them against all difficulty and distress, injury, and illness. May all of their actions bring blessing, fulfilling the prophet's words. Let them beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Let nation not lift up sword against nation, and may they learn war no more. May all sit under a vine or fig tree, with none to make them afraid, and together we say, Amen. And we continue with our prayer of healing, our prayer of refuah, for all those in our family, in our circle of friends who are in need of strength and healing, as well as all those who are isolated or injured anywhere in the world, especially including those forcibly isolated as hostages and those injured in this war forced upon Israel and all those surrounding her. So for those whose names that have been given to me and given to Temple, for those names placed in the chat and this and other services, for all in need, we turn to these words of refuah. Mi sheberach avotenu Avraham, Yitzchak v'Yaakov, imotenu Sarah, Rivka, Leah v'Rachel, hu yirapeh et kol makotenu. Yhi ratzon milfanecha Adonai Eloheinu lachalimam l'rapotam, v'shlach lanu mehera refuah shlema v'ateret shalom v'nomar Amen. May the one who blessed our ancestors bless and heal all who suffer. May it be the divine will to provide healing and strength. Reveal to us the holiness of life, the wholeness of shalom, and let us say together, Amen. Well, as we turn to these words, we have the opportunity, additionally, as we have this morning, which I'm grateful for, to connect and to reflect. And now it's time for us to remember. Recalling those who died in the last 30 days, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have taken into our hearts with our own. During the period of Shloshim, the past 30 days, we extend our condolences to the families of Minky Lipson, Alan Gerskup, Joanna Sloan, Faye Kate, Anna Mae Silverman. And we remember all victims of war and terror, including Adrian Marcello, Alex Lubnov, Almog Sarusi, Carmel Gat, Eden Yerushalmi, Hirsch Goldberg Poland, Ori Danino, Roni Shakuri, Yochanan Shchori, Yuri Birnbaum, Yochai Chai Glam, Agam Naim, Amit Bakri, Amit Friedman, Jerry Gidon Hanchal, Dotan Shimon, Daniel Alush, Ori Ashkenazi Nehemiah, Tom Ish Shalom, David Moshe Ben Shitrit, Daniel Mimon Toaf. And on yahrzeit, on the anniversary of their deaths, on this 19th day of the month of Elul, the 22nd of September, 2024, we honor the life and legacy on yahrzeit of Gerald Antman, Francis Goldman Malkin, Pam Goldsilver, Sadie Jacobs, David Linsky, Lily Macklin, Edward Maurice Rossman, Louis Coleman Schiffman, Rose Summer, Elsie Tenen. Zichronam livracha. May their memories be a blessing to us. Our griefs and our sympathies are mingled as we turn together to words sanctified by memory, words glorified by hope. We join together in the words of Kaddish Yatom. Yit gadal v'yit kadash sheme rabba. Be'alma divra chirute v'yamlich malchute. V'chayechon v'yomechon. V'chaye dechol beit Yisrael. V'agala u'bizman kari v'imru amen. Yehe sheme rabba mavarach le'alam u'lamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar, v'yit'aleh, v'yithalal, shemei dekudsha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechemata, damiran v'alma v'imru, amen. Yehe shlama rabba min shmaya v'chaim, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'momav. Hu yaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and bring hugs, bring goodness and memories and strength to all who remember. Yeah, I see the hugs that you sent there, Joni, too. It's a time of year of strength and goodness and hugs and of awakening. And so at this time of awakening during Elul, we conclude our service with the sound of the shofar, Tikiyah. Boker Tov. Make it a good one. I will see you tomorrow here on Boker